At this time, I'm going to introduce Stacy Murray-Medcalf. She is a minister. She is a leader. She is somebody that helped me when I was at one of my weakest points in my life. She is a woman that continues to push me even when I'm ready to give up on myself. She is a woman that has endured so many trials, but when you look at her and you look at her smile, she's a warrior. Stacy Murray-Medcalf.
Good afternoon. She wasn't supposed to do that.
I was trying to hold my jeans.
I am Stacy Murray-Medcalf, and before I get into what I want to share with you this afternoon, the ladies passed out some mirrors when we first came in. If you have those mirrors, I want you to take those mirrors out.
Everybody have one?
Now, some of your mirrors have scribbles. Yeah. If anybody needs a mirror, just raise your hand. My daughter Jennifer will give you one. And I know some of the young ladies was like, "Ooh, I want that color. I want that." But then when they opened it up and seen that it had scribbles or scratches, I was like, "Well, don't worry. I have some you can have after all of this is over." And as I go through what I have to go through, I have markers here. And if you feel led, I want you to come and get a marker at any point while I'm talking and write on that mirror whatever it is that you feel needs to be on that mirror. Something that is keeping you from seeing truly who you are. So I have markers. I'll set them here. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll need a couple of the volleyball team volunteers on the stage. A lot has been said today, and I see myself in so many of the presenters today. And I wish that back in that there was a Megan that would have brought the young ladies and the teachers and the counselors and the community ladies together to empower us, to pour into us, to speak to us some truths about life. Now, as we have come collectively here today to do that for you all, and not just the young ladies, because some of us old ladies, older ladies, middle-aged ladies, and some of us who are not in high school still need empowering. We need encouragement. We need somebody to say, you can do it, just as she said earlier. We need for us to cheer us on. So as you all have taken in so much content today, store it, hold on to it. It's going to help you down the road. When you're going through one of those challenges, you're going to remember that somebody stood in this place and was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I can do this. She made it through. I can make it through. So hold on to that. It's been a long day. I get bored easy. if I'm not moving around or whatever. So I kind of make sure that I'm doing something. So I have developed a habit of taping and recording and capturing moments for people. And that keeps me occupied so I can go back and look and reflect on something I might have missed. But all that's been said today, please let it serve as a conduit, a way, a path to help you get where you need to be in life. Because as all of us have stood in this place, we have shared your story. Every one of you can identify with something that somebody has said from this place. So I'm going to give you a little bit about me. I am Stacy Medcalf. I am not South Point born and raised, but I am adopted into the body of the Pointers. I've been here since the 80s. My children have gone to school here. I've served in the community. I have two nonprofit organizations, one, the Cause Incorporated, and the other, the God Factor Ministries. We're very active in the community. I worship at Tri-State Worship Center. You might see me just running around town doing a whole lot of things. But it is a process to get to where we are in life, even with you all as teenagers. There's a process. You came up from kindergarten, grade school, middle school, now high school. It's a process. Even when you look at us older women, the process that we went through, you still have a process that you've gone through. So just as Katie has said, we endure life. We go through things as women. We have a stereotype where we don't want to let anybody see us hurt. We don't want our friends to know that we don't have it all together. We put on a fake face. We put on masks. We use the makeup to cover up our hurt, our pain, our rejection. But sis, you gotta look in the mirror and look past all of those obstacles that have layered and piled up on you and have distorted the real you. Those things that make you who you are not the stuff that has been dumped on you. Those are distractions to the plan and the purpose for your life. So I'm going to read just a little bit. When I was a child, I dreamed of being a lawyer and a teacher and a writer. I came from a home where my father was a pastor and my mom was a missionary. You know, we had the picket fence, the piano in the house, everything that you needed, but then life happened and my parents separated. And how many of you know, not only is it tragic when your parents separate, but when your parents are public figures in your community, it's devastating. So for me, it was, okay, it happened. It didn't happen to me. I'm gonna go out here and explore life. I'm going to tap into some things that I shouldn't tap into, but I got a reason. And I'm going to use what happened at home as an excuse to do something I have no business doing. So when that thought crosses your mind and that goes through your head, stop. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Deep down in all of us is a subconscious that'll say, you know you're not supposed to do that. As friends and sisters and teammates, tap on your sister's shoulder and say, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. Don't encourage somebody to do something that will cause them to fail. Be that inspiration that says, hey, you know, remember that lady that was up there talking that day? Remember she said, don't do that? There's consequences to everything that we do. It may not happen the day you do it, but the consequences of life will catch up with you. If you think you're doing something and nobody knows about it, that's an untruth. When you tell your girlfriend, don't tell nobody, she's already told her girlfriend, and she's already told her girlfriend, and she's already told her girlfriend, and somebody's gonna tell your mama. So as I was exploring life as a young teenager in the streets, thinking I was sneaking and doing stuff, somebody told my mama. But my mother was one who had a heart that would reprimand you in such a nice way that you didn't even know what hit you. She made you think about that she really just put you in timeout, disciplined you, whooped you, whatever, never touched, raised her hand, anything. But she had a way of loving you in spite of the wrong that you done. And I'm the better off for that. So I'm going to read. Early in my teenage years, my parents separate. Environmental influences, those things are happening now in your life. You are at a point where life and everything around you, social media, older people, older boys, older girls, are influencing you. They're telling you a scenario about something that is enticing. And you can get caught up in that easy. So just always remember, take a deep breath, step back, analyze your situation, and think about, is this going to be something that's going to keep me from achieving my dreams, my goals? Is this going to help me, or is this going to hurt me? How many of you all plan to go to college on scholarships? Let me see your hand. All right. How many of you know that it takes more than grades? So those choices that you make at this point in your life can be detrimental to the plan that you have for college. Some colleges now are monitoring your Facebook pages. That employer that you're looking to get that really nice job, they are monitoring your social media. And you can be a straight A student. You can have everything you need to get in, but that one thing that you did or that you posted can keep you from walking into opportunities that you know you are qualified to. That 1 second that you decided to, I'm just going to do this, can cause you to have to go another route to take part, because U-turns are allowed, rerouting is allowed, deviation is allowed. When you face obstacles, don't give up, keep pushing. We've heard that all day long. Keep pressing, keep going. It's not the end of the world. The end of the world for you is the day you take your last breath. So as long as there is breath in your body, keep pushing towards your goal. So at the age of 13, I had a baby. I was a straight A student, president of my class, vice president of the student council. I was in the principal's council. I was the editor of the school newspaper. None of that mattered when I took on the role of mother. In high school, I didn't get to go to all the football games. I didn't go to all of the things that the kids were doing and hanging out, because I had a responsibility that shifted the plans that I had for my life. I had the education. I was capable of doing what it was that it took to be a lawyer, and know that I still can if I put my mind to it. but our priorities change based on our life circumstances. So that's why it's important for you to listen to all that has been shared with you all today. Let it sink in to help you not make some of the mistakes that we've made. That's why we're here. We're telling our stories to help you not make those bad choices. And even though we stand here and we overcame and we got through it, don't take the attitude that I can do this, they got through it, I can get through it. Take the path of least resistance and keep pursuing your goals. Put in the work. Put in the work. So all of my plans to go to college and be all of this and a bag of chips was now out the window. Out the window. I no longer pursued looking to go to college. I no longer had a desire to go to college. I no longer had a desire to even get up and get a job. I wanted to graduate and lay around and be a bum. But people, sisters, poured into me and said, listen, you have potential. Get up. Get up. What are you doing? This is not you. You have allowed all of the circumstances to fog who you are and what your purpose is. Get up. Be that get up person. Vow to tell your friend, your sister, your teammate, get up. Don't wallow in your circumstance. You're better than this. Keep pushing. You have dreams. You have goals. So one day, 15 years after I graduated from high school, I walked on the campus of Ohio University in Ironton, and I killed it. I killed it. 15 years after I graduated from high school as an honor student who everybody had always said, she's going to be this and she's going to be that, but look at what she turned out to be. I rerouted. I took the U-turn. I went back to school. I'm not a lawyer, but I went back and I got 2 degrees. And that means that there was purpose. There was a reason. And in my pursuit for that, God allowed me to know you wanted to be a lawyer. That's not what I had for you to be. So enduring teenage pregnancy, rejection, public ridicule, those friends that were friends in high school, just as you all sit here today and buddy, were not there when I walked through the halls of school pregnant. Because I didn't quit. Oh no. No, I represented and I took my kid to school with me after I had it. Don't be the one who downs somebody else's downfall. Be the encourager. Don't shun them. Walk with them as they go through their trials and tribulations, because even as teenagers, it's going to come. It's going to come. And a lot of it is going to come just like it did for me. The family dynamic, the community dynamic, stuff that I had no control over but affected me. So be the encourager. That's what this is all about. When Megan set out to do SysEduU, she may have known, God may have told her the impact that it would have to empower and encourage one another. That's what we have to do. We have to lift each other up. We have to be the ones that allow others to step on our shoulders and not pull them down. So with all that being said, I always, through all I went through, wrote, and everybody was like, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I had some things out there and I've done some stuff, but at 50 some years old, the urge to get it done happened. And you see that lady over there at that second table? Her name is Dr. Tina Beatty. She put a call out on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for some writers to publish a book. that I had, the plans that I had, I had a lot of plans. But the plan to become a published author 50 years later. And it was because somebody else was willing to say, sis, it's your time. It's you. It's about you. You got to tell your story. You got to share, just like Sister Angela, you have to share your story. And all of those who shared with us today, share so that somebody else can be encouraged to know that you don't have to settle for what life throws you. Take it, use it to empower you, to give you the strength that you need to keep going, to keep pushing, to be all that you can be. In that teenage time frame, I endured domestic violence, rejection, heartbreak, depression, stress, anxiety. I walked around in a size 3 looking for something to help me gain weight. Just all of that stuff had just wore me down. I wasn't who I was made to be. But one day, I looked in the mirror. I had to look beyond all the scribbles and all the scratches and all the broken pieces to see who I was. And that's what I want you all to do. Look beyond what people say you are, even yourself. Stop saying that you're something that is less than what you are. So as you have your mirrors, 2 or 3 people, I want just to share something in your mirror that you need to look past. Something that is keeping you bound from your purpose. Any volunteers? Come on, just 3 people. Just holler out something.
Out. Okay, go ahead.
What'd you say? Rejection?
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
Fear.
Fear. Okay, can I have 3 of you volleyball players to come up to the stage? And I want you, all of you can come if you want. And I want you to bring your mirrors with you. Bring your mirrors with you.
Go, Sarah Tina. Go on, Sarah Tina. That's how you stick together. I love it.
That's teamwork.
Yeah.
Right there.
She's trying to run in the mirror.
So you can see on the cloth, we have bullying, fear, rejection, divorce, self-worth, depression, addiction, love, joy, homelessness, failure, injury, money, doubt. These are just some of the things that keep us from being who we truly are. And we have to take that off. Take that off. So everybody who has a mirror that is not reflecting the image of you, I want you to put it in the tray and take a clean mirror and look in and see who you really are. And as you do it, I want you to look at yourself in that mirror. You have a mirror that's not clear, get you a clean mirror.
We need a big one for the big girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine says, you look good, girl.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I can't get it to move.
We don't have our hormones at the same time.